going to be sharing my thoughts on the teen scream killers case of Brian Draper and Tori Adamczyk, and the brutal murder of Cassie Jo Stoddard. Let me start by saying this case is one of the most disturbing things I've ever seen. And it's not because of the gore, it's because of the mindset of these two teen boys. These two teen boys weren't in a moment of rage or confusion. They planned this murder. They fantasized about it, they rehearsed it, they recorded themselves talking about it like it was a game, like they were the masterminds of some twisted movie, and Cassie was the chosen character they decided to kill. As far as legal insanity goes, absolutely not. They knew right from wrong. You can tell by how they covered their tracks, wore masks, cut the power, and tried to scare her first. That level of premeditation and strategy shows full awareness. They weren't insane by legal standards, they were just evil, cruel, and insidious. If I had to speculate about mental illness, maybe there were signs of narcissism, psychopathy, or antisocial personality traits. But even then, that feels like too much credit. Like we're looking for an excuse for behavior that they willingly chose. They weren't out of control. They were in total control of the entire situation. They filmed themselves before and after. Like to be that premeditated, why did they do it? Honestly, probably for power and the rush to just like, thrill, to feel like gods. They wanted to make someone else's life meaningless, to feel powerful in their own. It's terrifying. And they were children. They're teenagers. It goes into that. Wow. Before, I never even knew that this happened, and it was back in 2006. I was in 6th grade. Wow. And when it comes to media influence, yes, I do think violent films can influence, especially when someone already has a twisted mind, like these two teenage boys. But the movie didn't do the killing like they did. And that's all simulation. Like, you actually went and did this. Blaming movies is like blaming the weather for a fire when someone lit the match. Like, what are we talking about here? Cassie Jo was a young girl. She was just house sitting, just trying to be responsible, while inviting. And you know what? Obviously, her inviting these boys into a house that isn't her own, obviously that was wrong. And now we know the egregiousness of how wrong it was for her to have done that. However, you don't expect yourself to be placed into a horror movie simulation that turns out to be real life and die a horrific death, scared, alone, like, from people who she thought she knew, her peers. That's not fiction, that's real life evil. So I think, personally, for me, I think they deserve far more than the mercy that they have with their sentencing. But that's my subjective opinion. Thank you.